Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adamson Stadium here on this cold and cloudy afternoon here in California, Pennsylvania. We are strapped in for one heck of a game where your California Vulcans will host the Kutztown Golden Bears for the chance to be called the PSAC champion. My name is Hunter Garman, and joining me today is my good buddy and partner in crime, Adam Crawford. Adam, we're in for a good one.
Yeah, we are today. Two tremendous teams on the field on both sides. Just got that great late season football feel. Two tremendous teams. You said it yourself. Conference championship game. Huge day today in terms of rankings for regionals, and we should be in store for a really good game today.
Yeah, number 2 Kutztown taking on number 3 California in the regional. Kutztown will receive after California won the toss and deferred to the second half. Just quick looking, I mean, we talked about it before the game. What are the keys for this game today for both teams?
Yeah, it's a cliche in football, but this game is going to be won and lost in the trenches today. Both offensive lines are really stout, really physical. You're going to see a lot of hard-hitting football today. Both teams love to get after it on the physical side of things. But then also, I think starting fast is going to be a key today. It's pretty staggering looking at the numbers, looking at Kutztown's offense and defensive numbers, especially in the first half of games, outscoring opponents 213 to 26 in the first half. So they certainly like to get a lead, get comfortable, and then just use their dynamic ground game to melt the clock away, and California's dynamic offense will hope to put some points up on the board against this really stout Kutztown defense, only allowing just over 8 points a game defensively.
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. Like Kutztown looking to get that early lead, as you said, outscoring their opponents 213 to 26 in the first half, which is just it's just astronomical when you think about it. I mean, Kutztown, like overall, as you said, their stout defense, only allowing about 65.7 yards per game rushing, which it's going to be interesting to see with California averaging 150 yards a game rushing on offense. So it's going to be interesting to see who can establish the run game first, because California rushing defense only allowing 94.3 yards a game rushing, so which is second in the PSAC. So both of these teams rushing defense stout, as you said, and it's going to be interesting to see who can establish the run game first.
Yeah, I feel like this has a chance to be a low-scoring affair, really tight all the way through. Both teams coming into today ranked first and second in terms of time of possession in the conference. Here we go.
Yep, as we get underway here in California, Biko's kick into the end zone, fielded in the back, taking it out up the far side, breaking free is number 5. Sincere Thomas, number 6, actually breaking it up to the 43-yard line. What a start!
Yeah, Thomas, their dynamic kick returner, averaging a little over 26 yards per return, and you can see right there making men miss. A few California defenders caught out of position, but good job blocking by Kutztown.
Yeah, so it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 43 for the Golden Bears. 2 receivers set near side, 1 set far. Novak in the backfield as QB. Their dynamic running back, Jaden Stewart, right beside him in the gun. Snap, handoff. Actually, no, pass over the near side. Tackle brought down, loses the football. It's going to be picked up by California, but I think they're going to rule him down by contact.
Yeah, simple RPO run pass option from Kutztown to open up the ball game. And Novak able to find his receiver on the quick slant on the outside to pick up a quick first down, and already just like that over midfield into California territory.
Yeah, that pass was complete to 18. Crisilla, one of their better receivers here for this Kutztown Golden Bears offense. Novak now with the running back on the side. Now going to split him in motion. Looking for the slant, doesn't get it, but Novak on the run, taking it, is going to slide down to gain about 4 or 5 yards on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, that's something we looked at pregame coming into this one, they have Kutztown has 3 players who can all be very effective out of the backfield. Obviously, we mentioned Jaden Stewart, the running back, yet to get a touch here so far. But Judd Novak, the quarterback, not afraid to run it and very effective on the ground, averaging about 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, he gets about 2 there. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Golden Bears. Interesting formation here for the offense as their receiver goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Stewart, met in the backfield and taken down for a loss. It's going to be Hopple and Carabello able to meet Stewart in the backfield, and a loss of 2 to 3rd down and 10. So as we said before, trying to get those manageable 3rd downs because, I mean, both these defenses are stout. So those 3rd and longs definitely are going to be ones that you want to convert or avoid in the first place.
Yeah, both teams really good on 3rd down, both ranking in the top 3 in the conference in 3rd down percentage. 3rd and long coming up.
Novak drops back, looking, has to step up in the pocket, is under pressure, going to take it himself, gets the 1st down and more, and eventually out of bounds by about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, Armani Caraballo came exploding off the right side of that offensive line, beats the tackle clean, but Novak, like we said, very effective with his legs, able to climb up in the pocket and find some open space downfield. Good blocking downfield by the receivers once they notice Novak able to scramble.
Yeah, as you said it before, Kutztown and that quote-unquote, as you put it earlier in pregame, 3-headed dragon of rushing. Novak there able to scramble, get the 1st down, and it sets up a fresh set of downs for the Golden Bears. As we see 2 receivers split, 1 near, 1 far. Stewart moving into the gun. Snap, handed off to Stewart. Stewart going to try the left side, able to get free over a 1st down, and eventually brought down by number 25. That's going to be, looking at the wrong roster here. That's going to be number 25, Alex Sangster Jr. Alexi Sangster Jr., excuse me. So 1st and goal from the 8. Golden Bears already looking at knocking on the door of a touchdown. Some subs here coming in for California and coming off. Ref looked like he has to reset the ball a little bit. Originally had it the wrong spot. But 1st and goal, from the 8. Kutztown looking to capitalize on the good return from their kick returner.
Yeah, Stewart, you saw there off the left side of the offensive line, very explosive, has a lot of speed, and you'll see Steven Burkhart in some of those heavier set packages down towards the goal line.
Novak is going to keep it himself. Actually, a flip to Kreisel and tackled down at, I believe, the original line of scrimmage.
With the carry.
That was Crisilla on the carry after the end-around reverse. Taylor on the stop.
2nd and goal from the 8.
No gain. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, really good eye discipline there from California defensively. You can see a lot of times on those reverses, a little bit too much pursuit going after the initial ball carrier, but good job staying home on the backside there from California.
2 receivers set, 1 near, 1 far. Stewart now moving into the gun. Novak is going to hand off to Stewart, met instantly and taken down. Bunch of Falcons there meeting at the line. That's going to be Crowder meeting Stewart right at the line of scrimmage, denying that run. 3rd and goal from the 8.
And we talked about a pregame, this massive offensive line from Kutztown. Got a few guys standing at 6'7", 310 plus up front for Kutztown, and a little bit undersized defensive line from California. We were wondering how they were able to hold up today. Crowder does a great job of getting into the backfield.
Novak looking, fires, wide open for the touchdown. That's Jaden Stewart, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Golden Bears. Just left wide open in the flat for the touchdown.
Yeah, Stewart, not a huge threat out of the backfield traditionally for this Golden Bears offense. Just leaks out into the flat. Nobody picks him up. There's nobody on that side of the field from California. maybe a little bit of miscommunication, but Kutztown with a great start in this one, as they've had most of the time this year.
As the extra point is up,
Kick is up.
and it's good by Campbell. The score 7-0 Kutztown Golden Bears. We're going to take a break. You're listening to CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium here. The score 7-0 Kutztown at the start, firing on all cylinders coming out of the game with the touchdown reception by Jaden Stewart, their running back. It was a good drive overall for the Golden Bears as we get ready to underway here as the kick sails up and is recovered at about the 2-yard line, bringing it up the field, has a hole, able to bring it back up to about the 38-yard line, maybe 37, is Deontay Williams. Good returns so far, both sides, just to start this game.
We've seen it a few times this year on the California side, special teams playing a huge factor in a few games. The one that comes to mind is the upset over Slippery Rock here at Adamson Stadium just a few weeks ago, and field position played a huge role in that one. Both teams with really, really good starting field position out around the 40.
At the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 here, 38-yard line, first and 10 here for the Vulcans. Black, hands off to Boyd. Boyd up the middle, able to break free a little bit initially, and then gets tackled around at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Bobby Boyd's going to be the bell cow here in this one for California out of the backfield. We've seen Jared McCann, the senior, come on in recent weeks as Boyd's been a little bit banged up. Definitely holding up his end of the bargain, but Boyd, the more explosive back of the two, you're going to see a lot of action from him today if California wants to maintain that ground game.
4 receivers set for the Vulcans. Black fires, dropped by, it's going to be incomplete to Johnson. Davey Johnson just unable to secure that football. That's going to be third down,
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5 here for the Vulcans. So looking to try and convert, as we said, you want definitely, especially here, 3rd and short, or as short as you can be. California, 48.4% on the year for 3rd down conversions. Now, if they get into 4th down territory, you might think about going for it, considering they are 70% on the year with Davis Black and his frame being 6'5". If you get 4th and 1, I think you know where it's going. But Black in the gun, looking, has to step up, taking it off himself, diving for the 1st down marker. I think they're going to give it to him.
Makes his way close to the 1st down line.
If they don't get it, it's going to be 4th and inches. I think they're going to say it's 4th down and inches. Nope, they're saying it's a 1st down.
Yeah, we've seen it all year from Davis Black. If the pocket starts to break down, he is very effective on the ground, leads the team in rushing touchdowns, actually. And that extra lunge at the end, able to pick up the 1st down. Almost brought down from behind near the line of scrimmage, but able to keep his feet for a few extra yards and pick up the 1st down.
3 receivers set here for the Vulcans. 2 far, 1 on the near side. Boyd in the gun as they're going to fake the handoff to him. Black decides to keep it himself, able to get about maybe 6 yards on the keeper. At about the 46-yard line of the Kutztown Golden Bears.
C.J. Brown on the stop.
C.J. Brown on the tackle there for the Golden Bears. As you said, Black, so dynamic, able to recognize the pressure, and if he needs to, he'll take off and run it. He doesn't usually like to, but if he needs to, he will. He doesn't have the fastest 40 time in the world, but he still can run.
No, we've compared him a few times this season to more of a Josh Allen type. He's just difficult to get on the ground. He's a very physical runner once he gets going.
Black, under pressure, has to get rid of it. It looked like the pass was picked, but it's incomplete. Good awareness by Black there just to try and get the ball away, but nearly intercepted by number 0, Kyrie Butler on the Golden Bears.
These first couple dropbacks for Davis Black, this offensive line dropping back into pass protection, and this very physical and strong front four from Kutztown able to pin their ears back so far and get some pressure. And that O-line has to hold up if they're going to be able to win this game.
As you said, very stout defensive front. I mean, first overall in rushing and passing defense, just in general. Black fires, pass caught by Willis. Willis able to get to the first down marker.
A huge hit from the cornerback, number 5, Keon Smith, in coverage. But Eric Willis, the top target for this California offense in receiving, averaging nearly 100 yards a game through the air, and he is definitely Davis Black's favorite target. Very dynamic after the catch.
Yeah, 3 receivers set for the Vulcans. 2 far side, 1 near. Kutztown looking like they're playing a little bit of too high safety here, trying to have some help over the backfield. Handoff is to Boyd. Boyd tries the left side, gets a couple yards. It's going to be, looks like a gain of 1. It's going to be second down, gain of 2, excuse me, second down and 8 for the Vulcans.
We've seen this a couple times in recent weeks from California. If there's not a whole lot on the ground early, they seem to kind of abandon it until later in the game when they have a lead. But you'd like to see them stick to the ground game, even if it's not the most effective early on. These 2-3 yard rushes will start to wear down a defense if you stick to it.
Black fakes the handoff, has plenty of time, looking deep down the field for Willis. Overthrown. Had Willis on the pass, but it was just a bit overthrown. Black had plenty of time in the pocket, but just overthrew his receiver. It's going to be 3rd and 8 now for the Vulcans. That would have ignited this crowd if he had caught that football.
Yeah, you heard the groans from the crowd whenever that ball fell incomplete. You mentioned the too high safety look. They had dual posts from the near side going over the middle and on the outside with Eric Willis on the outside and Amari Hopkins. He was wide open, breaking in the middle of the field towards the left side. And I don't know if Black was just going for Willis or didn't see Hopkins.
Black has to step away under pressure, just has to throw it away. That's going to fall incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 8. And that will bring on Clayton Rosensteel and the punting unit for California.
A good pressure again up front. This time Braden Pullman from Kutztown able to provide the pressure. And Davis Black just had nowhere to go with it downfield, not able to get away quick enough.
A good job of Black to just get it away, force the shorter 4th down than what it would have been if he had taken that sack, which hopefully will pin Kutztown deeper in the deeper in their territory. As Rosensteel's punt is away, over end punt, fair catch called for, but it's going to bounce into the end zone for the touchback, and then I'll bring it up to about the 25. Excuse me, the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we've seen the senior punter Clayton Rosensteel be quite a weapon for this California special teams unit, able to flip field position on its head a few times. That one looked like it was going to maybe bounce backwards with the way it was rotating in the air. Just a bad bounce once it got down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, as up on the screen, you can see the PSAC regional rankings as they just disappeared. But as you saw, the top 3, Charleston at 1, Kutztown at 2, California at 3. California's only loss occurring to Charleston on the first week of California's regular season. So really, if California does fall here, their only 2 losses are to the top 2 teams. So therefore, they're still going to be in the playoffs. It's just a matter of will next week we'll be hosting a game here or not. as Stewart with the handoff cuts it up the middle for about a gain of 2. Oh, Burkhart, excuse me. That's going to be a gain of 2. It's going to be about 2nd down and 8 for the Golden Bears.
2nd down and 7 from the 23.
As Kutztown utilizing their backup running back a little bit, Stephen Burkhart. As we had said before, that 3-headed dragon of rushing for the Kutztown Golden Bears, Novak, Burkhart, and Stewart. As Burkhart in the gun, 3 receivers set on the near side for the Golden Bears. Novak going to take the snap, hand off to Burkhart. Burkhart cuts it upfield, able to break free over to about the 40-yard line for the Golden Bears' first down.
Makes his way to about the 38-yard line.
Good blocking up front again by Kutztown. And this is what you're going to see most of the day, just heavy ground attack with multiple different pieces. And the quarterback, Novak, he doesn't throw for the most yards by any means in the conference, but he's very effective, very accurate, and very smart. Doesn't throw a lot of interceptions.
As you said, not throwing too much. They're 10th overall in the PSAC in passing, as this pass is dropped by Burkhart, and it's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Bears from the 38.
2nd down and 10.
As I had said before, passing, they're actually 14th overall in the PSAC in passing, 3rd in rushing. So in total, their offense is 10th overall in terms of points per game, passing and rushing. Well, actually, yards per game, they're 10th overall in the PSAC, where California's defense is 6th overall in yards per game allowed in the PSAC. So it's interesting to see the 6th-ranked defense and the 10th-ranked offense go at it here in California. 4 minutes left on the clock in this first quarter as Burkhart is split out wide. They're going to go to him as he picks up the pass this time. Gets a couple of hits, makes his way for only a gain of about a yard. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9 from the 39.
Yeah, big key to stopping this rushing attack today will be the 2 inside linebackers for California, number 15, Grant Hopple, and the senior, number 30, John Hutchinson. This defensive front for California isn't going to be able to provide a whole lot of penetration. We saw it a little bit last drive, but over the course of the game, they're not going to be able to shed these blocks as quick, and these linebackers are going to have to get downhill and stop this rushing attack before it gets going.
Priscilla was in motion there as 3 receivers split to the far side. Novak drops back under pressure almost immediately, has to roll to his right, right, and throws it. It's going to be caught by Priscilla, but before being pushed out of bounds or run out of bounds, it's going to be 4th down and about 4 for the Golden Bears, and that'll send the punting unit onto the field.
Yeah, good job by Novak, feeling the pressure coming from his backside, being applied by California, able to get away from it, and Priscilla does a nice job of working his way open for his scrambling quarterback and working his way back to the football, but unfortunately he started the top of his route at the 1st down marker and ended up coming back short.
As punt is wobbly, it's going to be fielded for a fair catch by Deontay Williams. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for California. And California, as we said, 29.3 points per game average in scoring. That's a 3rd in the PSAC overall. 147.2 yards on the ground, which is 5th overall in the PSAC, and 244 yards per game passing, which is 3rd overall. But Kutztown, as we had highlighted, only allowing 8.3 points a game, 65.7 rushing yards, and 150 passing yards. So they have the 1st overall defense here in terms of yards and points allowed. So it's going to be interesting to see how California has dealt with this so far. And first was a drive that didn't go well as that pass sails for over the top for Amari Hopkins.
Yeah, Davis Black's going to have to find his way into a rhythm here early in this one. Hard to find a rhythm whenever he's under duress at the top of his drop on most of his drop backs. So this offensive line is going to have to give him a little bit of time, but we've seen the bread and butter for this California offense after the rushing attack is that deep ball to Eric Willis, and missed it on the last drive.
2 receivers set on the far side, 1 on the near. Boyd in the gun. They're going to look. Black, under pressure, just has to dump it down to Bobby Boyd. Boyd makes a move, makes a second move, makes a man miss, able to cut it upfield, and able to get the first down. Bobby Boyd up to about the 42-yard line. What a move there by Bobby Boyd.
Yeah, we've seen it all year. We've talked about it a few times already. Bobby Boyd, very shifty out of the backfield, and good job by Davis Black feeling the pressure, and that's going to be important for him, not forcing all these errors. And with a mobile quarterback, it's easy to just start scrambling and tuck it and run, but just at some points you have to take what the defense gives you, and there Bobby Boyd able to be dynamic after the catch.
Kalechi in motion. In the pistol was Black. Black looking under pressure immediately, just has to take off and run, and he's going to flip it out of bounds before he's run out of bounds. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10. So good job there by Black to just kind of force it out.
Yeah, good coverage on the bootleg there. We've seen that a good bit from this California offense. Get Black on the move and see if any receivers can leak open downfield. Good coverage in the back end. And this defensive back core from Kutztown has been very solid all season long. A lot of interceptions.
As you said, defensive backs very solid, allowing Kutztown to be able to play that too high safety look and able to basically eliminate the deep threats. I mean, California tried it once. It's a handoff to Boyd. Boyd up, they're able to make a spin move to get some extra yardage. Bobby Boyd bring it to the 49-yard line, and that's going to be 3rd down and about 3 for California.
He's not the biggest running back you'll ever see, but he is very difficult to line up and bring down to the ground because he can just spin off of those tacklers very, very easily. He has great balance and great burst.
2 receivers set far, 2 set near for California. So 4 receivers set. Black in the gun, Boyd to his right side. Black looking, fires over the middle, pass caught by Hopkins. Fighting for extra yardage. The whistle's going to be blown, but what a catch there. Excuse me, that's going to be DeMonte Martin on the catch, but what a strong catch by Martin.
Yeah, Black kind of thread the needle there between a few defenders, and Martin climbing the ladder, able to use those strong hands and bring it down.
A little bit of hurry up here for the Vulcans. Black fires it, pass drop by Willis.
Pass is incomplete.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 now for California after the hurry up.
Sorry to the second drop here in as many drives from these receivers for California. A very sure-handed group all season, and you got to wonder if the cold weather's got to play a little bit of a factor in that.
Cold weather, even like just overall jitters. I mean, you're in the PSAC championship. You're fighting for that title of being crowned PSAC champion, so you got to wonder as well if that has a little bit of something to do with it. But four receivers set, 3 far, 1 near is Black looking, hands off to Boyd instead. Boyd up the middle. He's going to get about 4 or 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down up to the 34. That's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Vulcans. As some subs come in for California, Kalechi comes off the sideline. Probably going to bring a little bit of additional blocking.
And Isaiah Cameron checks in for California in the backfield, their main receiving threat out of the backfield.
And that is the end
as the quarter winds down here in this one. In more of an obvious passing situation, look for number 95, Freddie Redder, the scholar athlete in the PSAC for football this season. Leads the team in sacks. Look for him to get after the quarterback here.
Yeah, definitely. Freddie Redder, as you said, was named the PSAC scholar athlete during the pregame with his GPA of 3.97. So while he's out here on the field tearing it up as a defensive lineman, he's also tearing it up academically. But we're going to we're going to look at some replays here. As you can see there on the screen, Freddie Redder being acknowledged for PSAC scholarly athlete. So congratulations to him. Such an honor. for anyone to be named PSAC Scholarly Athlete for any sport. As I believe they had last week, they had announced for hockey. As we look here, if I can find it. Anyway, I'll look for it. But as we are looking at this game, one thing we failed to mention. One thing that we failed to mention is this game is essentially a rematch between these two teams. In 2016, California and Kutztown met for the PSAC championship. California ended up winning that game 49-7 in that victory. So Kutztown looking to get a little bit of a rematch here as we get underway for the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 6. 3 receivers set, 2 near, 1 far. Boyd on the near side, 2 blacks left. Looking to get things set here for California. It's Black, drops back looking, under pressure, has to fire it away, and the pass is broken up. It's going to force a 4th down. It was intended for Willis, but broken up by Lee Coleman. It's going to be 4th and 6 from the 34.
Great coverage from Coleman there. Eric Willis on a curl route, stopping his route at the sticks, and Coleman with a great drive to the football, able to time it up absolutely perfectly and knock the ball away before Willis can get his hands on it.
4th and 6. Vulcans decide to go for it here. 3 receivers set again, 2 near, 1 far. Black looking, pressure comes. Black fires, caught for Hopkins, able to get the 1st down and a little bit more as looks like the football comes out. Kutztown says they have it. As we sort in the pile, I think they're going to rule him down, maybe. Refs are talking. Both teams trying to argue their case. As the refs sort things out here. And it's Kutztown looks like celebrating like they have it. And they do. They're saying Amari Hopkins fumbled, and it's 1st and 10 from the 26 for Kutztown.
Huge play from the Golden Bears as California was knocking on the door of field goal range. They ended up picking up the 1st down. Great catch by Amari Hopkins. And C.J. Brown, number 4, able to come away with the football there. And it looked like that ball came out before he hit the ground.
An unfortunate turn of events for the Vulcans as they convert on 1st down with that play. If Hopkins was able to get to the ground before the ball came out. As a receiver in motion, they're going to hand it to him. That's number 1, Makai Gibson. Gibson up to about the 42. That's going to be 1st down. But there is a flag down on the play. The flag is currently sitting at about the 34. And they're going to get offensive holding on the offense. They're going to get 89, Luke Sabao, one of their backup receivers, on the hold. It's going to back them up 10 yards. It's going to be 1st and 20 now from the 16.
Yeah, you saw in that play, Makai Gibson gets the ball in that jet sweep, and he's more their big play threat at receiver. Big run after catch numbers, has more yards than anybody on this Golden Bears offense receiving-wise.
I was wrong. It's 1st and 12 from the 24 because they marked it back from where the foul occurred. So 3 receivers set, 2 near, 1 far. Actually, no, not a handoff, but Novak on the pass. Nice back shoulder catch there by number 10. Priscilla. Actually, 18, excuse me. So it's going to be 2nd down and 1, but still a nice back shoulder catch by Priscilla and a nice throw by Judd Novak to gain 11 yards.
Yeah, great throw by Novak. That's a long throw from the near side hash all the way over to the far sideline, and Priscilla able to haul it in just short of the first down. Great concentration, able to hold on to it.
As the handoff is to Stewart. Stewart breaking up the field, able to get a good chunk of yards there, up to about the 46-yard line.
Makes his way to the 46-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
And it's going to be a first down for the Golden Bears.
From the 46.
And you can see there from Stewart, we've talked about it with the running back on the opposite side, Bobby Boyd. With both these running backs, they'll be the featured backs here in this one. Great burst, able to find just even the slightest seams, and they're able to pick up big chunks of yardage.
First down and 10 for the Golden Bears. Interesting formation here. Looked like the flag's going to play. This is going to be a free play as Stewart cuts it upfield, trying the far side, brought down eventually at the 30-yard line, but there's going to be a flag, and I think they're going to get an offside because it looked like someone on the defensive line jumped a little bit too early on the Vulcans. As the refs confer here, the flag is sitting about the original line of scrimmage at about the 47. As the refs talk it over here. Not sure exactly on California who jumped, but it did look like someone jumped.
Number 94, the defense.
They're going to say that number 94, Alayu Bay, jumped offside. Penalties declined, and it's going to be first and 10 from the 30. A rather disciplined defensive line here, but a mistake there, but really doesn't matter anyway, as a gain of about 10, or actually probably about 20 yards here for Stewart. Brings up first and 10 from the 30-yard line for the Golden Bears. There's two receivers set on the near side. Burkhart moves into the gun, and they're going to give to Burkhart. Burkhart up the middle. They're going to get about 4 yards, 3 yards on the carry. It's going to be second down and 7.
Alayu Bay on the stop.
As Alayu Bay makes that stop, making up for his jump offside. It's going to be second and 7 now from the 27 for Kutztown.
Yeah, something of note on the pass plays that we've seen so far from Kutztown, getting the ball out of Novak's hands early, not giving this California front a chance to get after him. We've seen them put up quite a good number in the sacks department, and Kutztown not giving them a chance here so far early.
Pressure comes for Novak. Novak has to get rid of it to Burkhart. Burkhart tries the far side, gets tackled for a loss, and back at the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be third down and 10. Hopple and Grant making the tackle on Burkhart. Third and 10 from the 30.
And third and long here coming up for Kutztown. We talked about it in the open, how crucial it was to avoid these third and longs, but Kutztown offensively has been able to pick up some big chunk plays both on the ground and through the air so far early in this one. So California, it has to be disciplined here and hold on to their assignments.
Novak under pressure just has to dump it away. They're going to get a flag on the play. The crowd definitely not happy with that one.
Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
Flag down on the play. As the wind takes its toll on us up here on the top of the stadium here, blowing around all of our papers.
Pass interference. Number 10 of the defense. 15-yard penalty.
Crowd obviously not happy with that call, as number 10, I believe, number 10, they're going to get Armory Thompson on the pass interference there. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not our resident referee, Braxton Turner, but I'm not sure on that call.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the pass interference calls where the quarterback seems to get bailed out. He threw the ball well behind his intended receiver, and Amori Thompson, yes, didn't get his head around and made contact, but the ball was to the receiver, but about a solid 4 or 5 yards behind him, and he got bailed out. Novak got bailed out on that call.
As another flag gets thrown, it looked like there was a little bit of movement on the offensive line, but I don't know if they're going to say that our defense jumped first. Yeah, they're going to say there was a little bit of movement there. They're going to say that Adam Case jumped a little bit on that right side. Not too many penalties for either team, just in general. I believe so. I believe even still that Kutztown was a little bit less penalized over the season than California, but still a little bit of a mistake there on the Kutztown side to bring up 1st and 15 from the 20. 2 receivers, one either side, is the handoff to Stewart. Stewart brought down there, but a flag comes down. They're going to get a face mask penalty there, and that one you could see from the moon.
Bay on the stop, another flag on the play.
Yeah, that one more of an obvious face mask call going against California. They're going to give Kutztown another first down inside the 20-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask, number 94 of the defense.
Yeah, they're going to get Bay on that face mask. Just a costly mistake here by the Vulcans, bringing up 1st and goal now from the 10-yard line.
And as I was about to mention before that play there, this is if California can get off the field here and just allow 3 points, that'll be a massive victory given the field position and the penalties that they've suffered on this drive.
The 3 receivers set to the far side. Stewart in the backfield on the right side of Novak. Novak takes the snap, looks, under pressure, has to feel it, in trouble and sacked. Brought down for a loss of 3. Actually, a loss of 5. Excuse me. That's Keith Charney credited with that sack.
Yeah, Charney came on a blitz from his safety position, got right around that left side of the Kutztown offensive line, and as Novak recognized it and scrambled out to his right, great job in pursuit by Charney, not giving up on the play, and almost punched the ball out at the end.
Keith Charney, during the Edinburgh game, had 2 forced fumbles, both of which were recovered by California, almost like, as you said, able to punch it out. As Stewart there tries the far side, or the near side, gets taken down for only a gain of about 2 or 3.
Crowder on the stop.
As we have an injured player down on the field for California. Not sure who that is. It looks like it's Armani Caraballo. If you're California, that's something you definitely don't want to see, as Armani Caraballo, one of your better players here on this defense.
Yeah, Caraballo looked to get rolled up on it at the tail end of that play. Looking at his legs right now, and we mentioned him earlier. His ability to get after the quarterback has been such a key factor for this California defense throughout the season.
Yeah, as California, as they look at Caraballo, another one that they're also missing their star safety, Dominic Sullivan Jr., who's out with a shoulder injury, as he gets up and walks off under his own power, which is definitely good to see. But still, another huge loss for this California defense, as I said, also being down Dominic Sullivan. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. Kutztown looking to punch it in, but as you said, it'll be a victory for California nonetheless if they can force Kutztown to only 3 points here with 9:27 and counting in this first half. The receiver goes in motion, sets up 3 to the far side, 1 to the near. Stewart in to Novak's right. Novak in the gun. Novak looking, decides to take it himself. Brought down almost instantly, met in the backfield by Naquan Crowder. It's going to force a 4th and 14, looks like. And that'll bring out the field goal unit for Kutztown.
A huge play from Naquan Crowder there. We mentioned him earlier. He's made an impact on a few plays behind or around the line of scrimmage so far. One of the bigger defensive linemen for California, able to put his mark on this game early with a huge play to force 4th and long.
As Dakota Campbell attempt the extra point for the the field goal, excuse me.
Kick is up.
And it's no good.
It's no good.
Kick is no good. 8:24 in the. There is a flag down. It looks like on the field. We'll see if they pick it up.
There is a flag on the play.
But actually, the person attempting the field goal was number 51, Will Smith. Not to be associated with the famous. They're going to get number 4 on the defense. They're going to get Rashawn Murray on the penalty for running into the kicker. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 9, and I still believe they're going to send out Will Smith for the field goal. So Smith gets a second chance at the field goal after that penalty there by Murray. Field goal attempt by Will Smith. Kick is up, and this time it's no good again. The 8:20 left on the clock. The score 7-0 Kutztown Golden Bears. We're going to take a break. Actually, I think we're going to keep it here.
Yeah, Will Smith has been perfect on the season so far inside of 50 yards. His only miss coming from 50 plus has been 6 of 7 on the season, now 6 of 8. A huge, huge play for California, trying to get some momentum in this one. And a huge drive coming up for this offense, trying to get some sort of rhythm here early.
Yeah, 8:20 left on this first half. California down 7-0. 3 receivers set, 1 near, 2 far. Black hands off to McCann. McCann tries the left side, gets maybe 2 yards on the gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 from about the 22 or 23 yard line.
Can the ball carrier makes his way to about the 23 yard line.
Yeah, so gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7 from the 23. As Black calling out the plays. McCann to his left. To his right, excuse me. Black looking. Has to step up in the pocket. Running away. Firing. That was a dangerous pass intended for Hopkins. But it's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd and 7.
He had curls all across the board from California going out into their routes, and Black only 3 interceptions on the season, so he's done a really, really nice job of taking care of the football, but a few dangerous passes so far in this one. This Kutztown defensive back core able to not give a whole lot of space really to these California receivers trying to find their way open.
There's a 4 receiver set now for California. The sub out for running back. Black looking, fires over the middle, pass caught. Johnson up the middle for a first down. Davey Johnson, good slant route there, nice catch, and able to get the first down for California up to the from the 33. Four receivers set again for California. McCann now in the backfield, moving to Black's right. Black steps back, drops, looking, fires deep down the field, intended for Johnson, and it's broken up.
Pass is incomplete.
A little bit underthrown there.
We've seen that a lot from Davis Black. He was under duress on that one, but we've seen it a lot from Black this season. Anytime he gets one-on-one on the outside, usually to Eric Willis, but he trusts his receivers. He'll throw it up and let his receivers go make a play, and that ball juggled there. Johnson had a chance for it, and so did the defensive back there, the corner, number 22, Elijah Yakpasuo, with really good coverage on the outside.
3 receivers set on the near side, 1 to the far. It's going to be a handoff to McCann. McCann cuts it up the middle, only getting about 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 35.
DeVos and Redder on a stop. Gain of 3.
Okay, gain of 3, excuse me. It's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 36.
Yeah, here's where you want to see, if you're California, something in breaking over the middle from maybe one of these slot receivers. Give Black something that he can find early. Give him an easy read over the middle with these 2 high safety looks from Kutztown.
Martin and Willis at the top. Hopkins and Johnson down low. Fires over the middle, intended for Willis, and the pass was dropped. Bit far on the outside, intended for Willis. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7, and the punting unit comes back on for California.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Davis Black expecting Eric Willis to sit down. The linebacker for Kutztown dropping into coverage in the middle, and Black wanted to keep it away from him. Willis expected to keep going on his route over the middle, and just a miscommunication there brings up a 4th down.
As Rosensteel to punt for the Vulcans. Crisilla back deep for Kutztown to receive. Nearly blocked, but able to get it away. And a flag is going to be thrown in the backfield. I think they're going to get a penalty of running into the punter. But it's down to the 22. This is huge for California, because I believe this could warrant a 1st down.
Yeah, the big thing to note, if it's roughing the kicker, it is an automatic 1st down. If it's just running into, that'll still bring up a 4th and 2 for California.
Did not quite exactly see which one it could have fallen under. As we get the call here from the referee.
Running into the kicker. 94 of the defense. Penalty of the decline. 1st down.
As it was a running into the kicker call, but penalties declined, and it's going to be 1st and 10, Kutztown from the 22.
Yeah, we've seen this Kutztown punt return unit able to get after Rosensteel a little bit, applying a lot of pressure on these first couple punts from California, and the decline on the penalty, that just tells us that Coach Gary Dunn for California didn't want to go for it that deep in his own territory anyway on 4th and 2, so he just took the field position that was given.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and 22, as we said. 3 receivers split near as the crowd is trying to get into it here. As Burkhart's in the backfield for the Golden Bears. Receiver in motion. They're going to give it to Burkhart. Burkhart up the middle for a couple yards. He's going to get about 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from about the 27.
In a 5. 2nd and 5 from the 27.
It'll be interesting to see if Kutztown decides to open things up through the air. They've been finding success on the ground with both their running backs, and Novak being a mobile quarterback himself. They've had some success moving the football, but we'll see if they start to open things up downfield.
4 receivers set, empty backfield look for Novak as Burkhart goes on the nearest receiver to us. As we're seeing it, Novak looks, fires over the middle, pass caught. It's going to be a 1st down, pass caught there by number 1, Mekhi Gibson, one of their star receivers. It's going to be enough for a Golden Bears 1st down.
Yeah, great job by Novak recognizing pressure from California, and Cal tried to change things up defensively as well, but still bringing pressure and able to check the play to a quick pass option, and Gibson able to find some space, pick up the 1st down.
3 receivers set near. Looked like they were going to try and hurry it up, but getting the play change from the sideline. Burkhart on the near side to us as we see it. Novak in the gun, fakes the handoff, drops back, looking. Everything's covered, under pressure, just has to roll to his right. Ends up pass caught. He's going to get it to number 89. To Zabo.
At the 50-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 Golden
About the
Bears
50-yard line. Good job by Zabo there, able to break free from coverage and get enough for the Golden Bear first down.
Yeah, Novak had a man streaking deep behind everybody defensively. It was Crisilla waving his hand, trying to draw his quarterback's attention, but Novak had to get on the move and scramble out of the pocket, so he wasn't able to see him downfield. That could have been a huge play for Kutztown.
Tight receiver formation on the far side. Man split out wide. It's Zabo again, but overthrown.
Pass is incomplete. Center for Zabo.
And it's going to fall incomplete. And 2nd and 10 from the 50.
As Zabo motioned out wide, and California brought pressure off the edge with Khalil Taylor, and Zabo was wide open over on that far side of the field. He didn't turn his head around and forced Novak to hold on to the ball until the pressure got there, and just ended up having to airmail that one over his head.
As we have a member from the crowd here trying to get everyone into it here on defense. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers set far, 1 set near for the Golden Bears. Burkhart still in the backfield. He's splitting out wide. Novak steps up in the pocket. Still looking. Fires downfield. Has Crisilla. And he's going to be forced out of bounds at around the 30.
And the first down, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 29.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line, so gain of about 21 there for the Golden Bears.
And Novak's done a great job so far in this one, just extending plays, giving his receivers a second chance to get open. And the receivers are doing a great job at recognizing their quarterbacks on the move and needs help. So they're just getting their front numbers to his quarterback and presenting a target to him. And Novak has been very accurate so far in this one.
Gibson and Crisilla on the near side for the Golden Bears. Burkhart split to Novak's left. Handoff to Burkhart. Burkhart tries the right side, cuts it up a little bit, gets maybe 4. It's going to be brought to the 25-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 25.
Miller and LaVenture on the stop. Gain of 3.
LaVenture and Miller there able to take down Burkhart.
Correction, gain of 4. 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 here for the Golden Bears. 2 receivers set near, 2 set far. Burkhart now on the right side of Novak. Novak drops deep. Pressure comes immediately and dropped.
Novak taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's going to be number 30, Josh Hutchinson, exploding off the side for the sack for California.
Yeah, Hutchinson coming on the blitz from his linebacker position. Novak immediately looking to his left and nothing open immediately. Had his receivers going a little further downfield. He had to hold on to the ball and just didn't see Hutchinson flying off the edge.
Yeah, we're at the 2-minute timeout warning. I mean, so far the score will tell you it's been a relatively slow game, but it's been back and forth battling for both these teams. I mean, California had the chance to knock on the door of either 3 or 7 points, but that turnover, that forced turnover by Kutztown was really costly for the Vulcans.
Yeah, Kutztown has done a great job of not forcing any mistakes and not really shooting themselves in the foot here. California kind of putting themselves behind the 8 ball early, and against a really good team in Kutztown, you can't afford to do that over the course of the game. They've been able to have that bend but don't break mentality on defense, getting the stops when they need to.
As it's 3rd and 14 here from the 33. 2 minutes remaining in this first half. California down 7-0, but right now they have Kutztown facing a 3rd and long. 3 receivers set to the far side, 1 set near. Burkhart still in the backfield for the Golden Bears. Crowd getting into it a little bit here. It's Novak drops back, fires deep, has his man Makai Gibson, but he dropped it. And it's going to be 4th down and 14 from the 33.
Yeah, he had a man open downfield in Gibson. Kind of that cover 2 look from California. He had Charney over the top and Khalil Taylor underneath, and just delivered a beautiful ball over the shoulder to Gibson, but Gibson just unable to haul it in.
4th and 14, they're going for it here. As Gibson goes in motion. This is huge for California. It's definitely one stop that they need. They're getting the play change here. And a timeout will be called by Novak. Looking like they're just going to try and reassess things, get the play call, 4th and 14, maybe even decide truly if they want to go for it or not.
Yeah, there it looked like they had one play in mind to pick up the first down on this 4th and 14. Didn't like the look that California was giving them defensively, so they just want to talk this one over.
Yeah, Kutztown on 4th down conversions, 43.75% on the year. So, I mean, not too many attempted. They attempted 16, got 7 of them, so a little bit less than 500. But they looks like they're still going to go for it. Or no, they're going to kick. They're going to try a long field goal as Nate Millard comes out for the long field goal. It's going to be about a 43-yarder. She's going to be longer than that.
Yeah, Millard 1 for 1 on the season field goals. His only kick this season is of 50 yards, and this from 50 here.
Oh, yeah, it is from 50. You're right. Kick is up, and no good. 1:49 remaining in this first half. The score, 7-0, still in favor of the Golden Bears. As you said, my judgment was pretty bad there. 50-yarder by Nate Millard. As you said, 1 for 1 on the season, but that one looked a little short and a little bit to the right. Wind probably had a little bit to play in it, but I don't think too much in that instance.
Now, the wind can be really tricky here at Adamson Stadium sometimes, but for California offensively, you have to get something going here to try to shift the momentum back in your favor. Your defense has gotten a couple of massive stops defensively, and with a chance to double dip here going into and coming out of the half, they receive the second half kickoff. You got to feel like points are a must here at this point in the game.
Even if it's 3 points there. Handoff to Boyd. Boyd able to break one tackle, but doesn't break the second. It's like about a loss of 1 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 11 maybe. It's Pullman on the stop. California looking like they're running a little bit of hurry up here. 4 receiver set. Low snap. Black looking. Has to avoid the pressure. Still trying to keep his eyes down the field. Black has to just get rid of it. That's going to sail out of bounds. But a flag comes down. It looked like they're going to get a late hit.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 6 of the defense.
They're going to get number 6.
First down.
Jalen DeVos on the roughing the passer call, and it's going to be an automatic first down for California as the ball moves up 15 yards.
Yeah, Black was scrambling to his left, so has to make an across-his-body throw, but it appeared to be double coverage deep, but he had a man in Deontay Williams streaking open, trying to get his attention, waving his hand up in the air. We've seen that a few times from a few different receivers. These quarterbacks just under duress at the line of scrimmage and not able to find those big plays.
As we go 4 receiver set, 2 near, 2 far for the Vulcans. Looks like Boyd in the backfield next to Black. Black looking. Under pressure, has to roll to his right. Still keeping his eyes downfield, ends up taking it himself. Not before making a move and getting the first down. Davis Black. What a run there.
Yeah, that's what makes Black so tough to get on the ground. he can set you up one way and then just make that quick cut and go the other way. He doesn't have the most elusive juke move in history, but he's a big man, so you have to try to get all of your body weight in front of him.
As we go run and hurry up here, Black able to avoid one tackle. Tried to catch it there. Looked like Natal Blessett. Williams, excuse me. But falls out of bounds. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 42. 51 seconds remaining in this first half. California still has all 3 timeouts. Three receivers set near, 1 set far for California. Black talking to his lineman. Crowd's getting into it a little bit here, trying to get something going. Black takes the snap, looking, has to step up, takes it himself, running, able to force it in for the first down. Davis Black, second quarterback keeper for a first down. But there is a flag in the backfield. Believe that celebration might be a little bit short-lived here. As we wait on the call from the referee. And they're going to get a holding. And they're going to get Sean Knight, the right tackle, on the holding call, and that's going to push back California. It's going to be 2nd down and a mile.
Yeah, going in this direction, the wind to your back kind of helps you out a little bit. But to get into Anthony Bika field goal range, they're going to have to look to get to about the 23 to 24 yard line if they want to try to convert 3 points here going into the half.
As that play is blown dead, I believe they're going to get one of the linemen to jump.
False start. Number 79 to the offense.
And that's going to be Grady Rounds, the left guard, who jumped. California going the opposite direction on where they want to go as the half winds down. 30 seconds remaining.
2nd and 21.
2nd down and 21 from the 47.
Yeah, we mentioned California kind of shooting themselves in the foot here at various times as another whistle comes in.
There was no flag or anything. It's some with the refs. They might have to reset the game clock or the play clock. I'm not sure what the stoppage is at this moment in time. But yeah, California going the opposite direction on where they want to go. 2nd and 21 from the 47. They need to get to about the 28-yard or the 32-yard line, to get that first down, which from the 47 seems forever.
Yeah, definitely a long one here coming up, but in 2nd down, you don't need to get it all back at once here, and with 26 seconds left, you're just looking to get into field goal range, and even if it's not.
Timeout. Cal, their first timeout. There will be no 10-second runoff as Cal is elected to take a timeout.
As Coach Dunn's forced to call a timeout there as to avoid a 10-second runoff for something. Not sure what the stoppage was to begin with earlier.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 32 seconds.
As it looked like it was a game clock problem, but not sure why that would have forced Cal to take a timeout. But 32 seconds left on the game clock. 2nd and 21 from the 47. Not sure if you're California with 32 seconds, if you want to take the deep shot just yet.
Yeah, no, probably not here on 2nd down. Probably make it a little bit more manageable for a 3rd down and potentially even a 4th down if you have those 2 timeouts in your pocket and you want to try to go for 7. But at this point, try to limit mistakes as much as possible. Going into the drive, it felt like a must to get points, but here it's at this point, after a few penalties have set them back quite a ways, you just want to get out of the half without drawing the deficit even further.
Yeah. As we come out of the timeout here, 2nd and 21. 2 receivers set on each side. Black in the gun. Black steps back looking, loses the football, and I believe they're going to rule that as a fumble, maybe. No, incomplete. They're going to say his arm came forward. So it's going to be 3rd and 21 from the 47, 23 seconds remaining. If you're California, that is a huge break. It's a huge break for California.
Black there got hit on his arm as he was trying to release the ball, tried to step into it when he didn't have the room, and looks like the officials are ruling that he still had control of it when his arm was coming forward.
3rd and 21 here for California. 2 receivers set to the near side, 1 to the far. Tight end in motion. Handoff is to Cameron. And he's not going to get very far.
Cameron, the ball carrier.
As Cameron carries it for about 2 or 3 yards. It's going to be 4th and 18 from the 50. So I believe they're going to let the clock run down. And that's going to be the end of the first half. The score 7-0. Kutztown Golden Bears. We're going to take a break. You're listening to CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Please welcome your California Walking Band along with members from surrounding area high school marching band. Everybody likes a good house party, especially us Walkers. This afternoon, the Walking Marching Band alongside with our high school members will be playing hits like YMCA, Forget You, and Party in the USA. And please stick around directly after the game for the Vulcan Marching Band's performance of their 2024-2025 stage show, Down the River from Motown.
Fans, as a reminder, we ask that non-player or staff personnel remain off the field of competition at all times, including the conclusion of today's event. Fans who enter the field of play may threaten the health and safety of others and will be subject to ejection and possible legal action. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium here in California, Pennsylvania. The score still 7-0 in favor of the Golden Bears. We still have another half of football. As I said at the start, Hunter Grumman joined with me by Adam Crawford. It's been a game.
That it has. It has been one of the games of all time. It's kind of got a weird feel to it. Like you mentioned at the tail end of the first half, it kind of is deceiving on the scoreboard. You can really say there's not a whole lot happening, but we've had a good bit of action so far in this one.
Yeah.
We've had some crucial penalties, some huge plays on defense, some really costly
turnovers.
We've had those too, but overall some really costly mental mistakes, mainly from the California sideline. And we saw at the end of the half as Kutztown jogged off into the locker room, Coach Gary Dunn of the California Vulcans kind of rallying the troops there at the end of the half, bringing everybody into a huddle, just telling everybody, take a deep breath, relax, we know who we are, and let's get back into this football game. And really it doesn't feel like a one-score game at times, but it is only a 7-0 football game.
Yeah, as we look on the replay, you can see the only touchdown is scored right there as Novak flips it to Stewart in the flat, wide open for the touchdown. That's the only score we've had this game. Other than that, it's just been a back-and-forth defensive battle. As you said at the start, it seems cliche, but, I mean, the trenches are where a lot of the action's been and where this game is being won in a way by Kutztown.
Yeah, 52 total yards on the ground from the lead back from Kutztown, Jaden Stewart, on 7 attempts. That's, if you're doing the math at home, just a hair over 7 yards a carry on the ground, and they've been very effective going with their ground attack. And Judd Novak with a good bit of yards as well, and Burkhart with 30 yards on the ground. And the key thing to look at from the first half stat-wise is Davis Black only 5 of 18 through the air for 54 yards. He's averaging well over 200 yards a game through the air, and completion percentage at a really solid 64% on the season. So you got to give a lot of credit to Kutztown for not only locking down some receivers at times, but the front four has really just been getting after Davis Black. No sacks to show for it to this point, unfortunately, for them. But they've done a really good job of just making him uncomfortable and making his life a little bit more difficult. Instead of just being able to drop back and dissect the defense or recognize coverage and find his open receivers, he's also got to worry about the pass rush as well, and really not a whole lot of blitzes even from Kutztown so far in that first half. Just a lot of four-man pressures, and they've been getting home to disrupt Davis Black.
Yeah, as we're about to get underway here in the third quarter, California at the start of the game did win the coin toss, and they deferred to the second half, so they will get the football to start. De'Avi Johnson and Deontay Williams back deep to receive the kick. I believe Nate Millard is going to be kicking off for the Golden Bears. As we're ready to get underway here, interesting formation and lineup for the Golden Bears. Normally it's just a long line. They looks like they're bunched up a little bit here. As we get underway here in the third quarter, ball's caught by Williams at about the 5-yard line. Williams decides to bring it up, gets met immediately almost at about the 25-yard line. So would have been the same as a touchback, but up about the 25. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25 for California.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on for California here as they open up this half on offense. A lot of miscommunication from Davis Black and his receivers, and a few drops. If my math was correct, 3 drops and 2 from the lead, by far the lead target on this offense in Eric Willis, and nobody on this California offense with more than 1 reception through the air.
Yeah, as you said, Eric Willis targeted twice, hasn't been able to bring in any catch to show for it as they try the ground game here with Boyd. Boyd able to get maybe a yard. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9 from
Makes his
the
way to the 29-yard line. Gain of 2 on a play.
gain of 29.
down
Or,
and 8.
gain of 29, I wish. Gain of 2 on the play up to the 29. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, we saw that California line, some would say undersized compared to the Kutztown defensive line, hold up a good bit in the running game, but pass protection is going to be a key here in the second half.
There's another handoff to Boyd, trying the other side this time, gets maybe a yard or 2. It's going to be about 3rd and 7 from the 30. As Boyd comes out and Cameron comes in. And Kalechi comes off. And DeMonte Martin comes in for California. So 1 receiver, 1 running back, but you could arguably say 2 receivers, as Martin is the main receiving back for this California team. So it looks like they're going to try and go pass here. Unless they fake everyone and try the handoff. As Black drops back, looks, under pressure, has to roll to his right. Pump fakes a bit, makes a man miss, fires as the pass is caught by Willis. Flag is down though, but Willis cutting it upfield over to about the 29-yard line. But there's going to be a flag down on the play, and I think they're going to get a legal forward pass, because I'm not sure Black knew where he was when it came to the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass.
And from where that flag was thrown, you'll either get holding on offense, or the initial call is defensive holding.
And they're going to get defensive holding prior to the pass. That penalty's declined, and that's going to go as a big play for the Vulcans. Black able to find his man, Eric Willis, for the big gain on 3rd down. That's 1st and 10 from the 33. Good start so far for the Vulcans out of the gate here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first half. Novak and his receivers doing a good job at extending plays and finding open areas and improvising. Great job by Willis and Black there to extend the play and find some open space in the middle of the field.
He's going to get a handoff to Boyd. Kalechi, the lead blocker. Boyd cuts it up to the right side. Able to get close to the 1st down, but I think they're going to give him a yard short.
Yeah, going back to the penalty, when that back judge way behind the defense usually throws a flag, it's usually a holding in the middle of the field on the defense, or on the ground sees something in the offense, but his eyes are usually on the defensive backs and the linebackers, seeing if there's any illegal use of hands.
2nd and 2 now for California from the 25. 2 receivers set near, 1 set far. Boyd to the left of Davis Black. This is going to be a handoff to Boyd. Boyd cuts it up the middle, able to squeeze his way to a 1st down. Vulcans doing a good job this drive at moving the football forward as opposed to the last drive of the half where they went backwards.
Yeah, some just crucial mental mistakes from California on their last drive, and that was, in all honesty, probably their worst half of football all season long. Just couldn't get out of their own way at times, and against a really good team and especially really good defense, you just can't afford to have that. And Coach Dunn hopefully said some things in the locker room, made some adjustments, and got this team back on track.
As Kalechi goes in motion, Black. Pass is caught on the screen. Nowhere to go as Willis gets maybe about a yard as for forward progress. But it's going to be 2nd and 9. Tackle made there by Strouser. Good strong tackle.
Yeah, good recognition from Strouser, seeing the quick screen pass out to Willis in the flat, able to diagnose it quickly and get after him. And we've seen Willis is very difficult to get on the ground after he makes that catch, but Strouser didn't give him a chance to wiggle free.
2nd down and 8 from the 19. Kalechi in motion again. 2 receivers set near, 1 set far. Handoff is to Boyd. Boyd cuts it up to the right side, able to break a tackle, able to squeeze it for a few more yards, and that's going to be a Vulcans 1st down, gain of about 10, and that's going to make it 2nd and goal, I believe, from the 8-yard line. Vulcans running a bit of hurry up here. There's another handoff to Boyd. Actually, no, Black's going to keep it himself. rumbling in for the touchdown, Davis Black. What an angry run there by Davis Black for the touchdown.
Yeah, Coach Dunn might not like his start senior quarterback lowering his head to get a few extra yards, but he'll certainly take the 6 points that come with it. Davis Black very aggressive whenever he keeps that football, and you like to see California finding some success on the ground. That offensive line with a great statement drive to open up the second half.
Bico to attempt the extra point to tie the game up. Bico's kick is up, and it is good. The score tied up at 7-7. We're going to take a break. You're listening to CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Vulcan women's basketball team looks to continue its run of excellence into the 2024 season. Put on your red and black and cheer on Coach Jess Strom and her team towards another run to the postseason. Pack the convo for 14 home games for games against regional foes and the best the PSAC has to offer. Don't miss any information on the season by following Cal Vulcans on all social media accounts, and if you can't make it to the games, catch all the action on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and also the PSAC Digital Network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium. Davis Black lowering the shoulder, able to rumble in for the touchdown to tie the game 7-7. I mean, what a start for the Vulcans out of the half. Definitely something happened in the locker room during the halftime. Coach said something or made some adjustments, as you said, and it resulted in 7 points and the game tied up. As we get underway here, Bico's kick fielded at about the 5-yard line. Brought up to about the 25 or so. That is number 6, Sincere Thomas.
Makes his way up to about the 26-yard line.
It's going to be about up to the 26, so return of 21 on the play. It's going to be first and 10, Kutztown from the 26.
First and 10 Golden Bears from the 26.
Yeah, if you're Kutztown here, this first drive to come out of the half is very crucial, a lot more important than most others that they've faced so far this season. Having to kind of reestablish momentum and kind of keep the emotions cool, as they haven't seen themselves in a lot of tight games this season.
Man in motion, handoff is to Stewart. Stewart, nice spin move, able to cut it upfield to about the first down marker, and I believe they're going to give it to him, and they are. So gain of about 10, and it's going to be first and 10 from the 36.
And Stewart's looked really good in this one, hasn't he? He is just absolutely exploded through that offensive line on numerous occasions, as we mentioned, coming into in the open for the second half, averaging about 7 yards a carry on the ground, and he's been very dynamic for this Kutztown offense to open up this game.
Yeah, 2 receivers set on the far side for the Golden Bears. Stewart comes in beside Novak. Novak hands it to Stewart. Stewart gets about maybe 3 yards up to the 39-yard line. It's going to be second and 7 from the 39.
Crowder and Miller on a stop.
Yeah, and Kutztown's going to have to continue to lean on this very sizable offensive line. Try to keep getting those pushes about even 2-3 yards downfield just to keep the ball on their side. And that's the scary thing. If you let California's offense try to get a chance to settle into this game, you really want to hold on to the football and keep the ball in your hands.
Good thing for California, we see Caraballo on that near side on the edge, so good thing that he's back in after having that injury. As Stewart cuts it up to the left side, able to make a nice spin move and down to about the 50-yard line for the Golden Bears first down.
Yeah, California is starting to get pushed around a little bit up front, and there's quite a bit of space for Stewart to work his way through the defense, and he's doing a great job of just getting downhill, not trying to dance around too much, just taking what's given and hit the gas and get north and south.
Three receiver set here for Kutztown, 2 near, 1 far. Man in motion, that's Gibson. They're going to hand it to him. And Gibson on the end around, able to stay in bounds and cut it upfield at about the first down marker. I think they're going to say he stepped out at about a yard short.
At the 41-yard line.
It's going to be second down and 1.
Yeah, we touched on Gibson in the first half. Their playmaker at receiver hasn't really been able to do much in this one. Had that drop late in the first half. Only 1 catch to show for it so far. Just trying to get the ball in your playmaker's hands, see if they can get hot.
Again, 2 near, 1 far. Gibson in the slot. Man in motion. Handoff to Stewart. Met initially in the backfield. Is going to be met in the backfield for either a loss or no gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 41-yard line.
Good job by LaVenture working his way inside, getting upfield in a hurry, and starting to blow that play up in the backfield. Just disrupting Smith's timing in the backfield, and looked like Josh Miller was able to get in there as well to finish off the tackle.
3rd and 1 here for Kutztown. 1 receiver out to the far side. Kutztown showing a little bit of motion, a little bit of run. It looked like they're going to try and sneak it. They're going to hand it off to Stewart instead. Stewart able to cut it up the middle, and he has plenty of space for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Golden Bears.
What a run there by Stewart, and what a great sequence of blocks by the offensive line.
Yeah, California got bunched up in tight defensively up front, expecting the sneak. That was the first time all day that Kutztown has gone under center. Not a bad idea for thinking that they were going to sneak it there on 3rd and short, but great play call to give it to Smith and let your offensive line open up a huge hole for him to break through, and nobody was able to catch him.
Campbell to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. The score 14-7, Kutztown. We're going to take a break. You're listening to CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Coach Danny Sancombe and the Vulcans men's basketball is ready to take the conference and the nation by storm this season. The non-conference schedule that starts on November 8th is followed by the PSAC West play in January. Pack the Convocation Center with 13 home games featuring non-conference foes such as Concord, Lincoln, and Wilmington, as well as conference opponents IUP, Gannon, Slippery Rock, Clarion, Edinboro, Seton Hill, and Pitt Johnstown. Follow Cal Vulcans for the all-up-to-date schedule. Catch all the games on YouTube with CUTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Abinson Stadium. Big run by Stewart there for the touchdown for the Golden Bears to put them up 14-7. I mean, now California, you definitely feel compelled to answer after that. As Millard gets ready for the kickoff, Johnson and Martin back to receive. Williams to receive. Johnson and Martin and Williams. As it's fielded by Williams at about the 1-yard line. Williams is going to bring it up the field. Met initially at the 25, able to get a few more yards to about the 27, I want to say.
About the 23-yard line.
Or 23, excuse me. I don't know where I'm looking at. But that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 23.
Yeah, that's a huge response drive from Kutztown there. California seizing momentum. It felt like with that great drive to open up the second half, finally able to find some holes in this very solid defense for Kutztown. And for California, you mentioned it, feels like another must-have response drive is in order. At least establish your offensive line, keep the rhythm rolling up front, and just move the ball. It doesn't have to result in points at this rate of the game.
As a flag is thrown in the secondary.
8 seconds. Delay of game.
They're going to get delay of game. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty as Coach Dunn, not exactly the happiest man alive right now. And that's going to march him back 5 yards. It's now going to be 1st and 15 from the 18.
Yeah, Davis Black was expecting the play clock to reset, so he wasn't in much of a hurry there to get the snap off.
Kalechi goes in motion. 2 receivers set near, 1 far. It's going to be a faked handoff. Black stepping up in the pocket, wants the deep shot to Willis, and he makes the grab at about the 42-yard line. What a grab there, an adjustment by Eric Willis to make the first down marker, but there is a flag down in the backfield as the refs are talking it over. And this may come back.
Yeah, not Davis Black's prettiest throw ever, but Willis with a great adjustment to get inside the 2 defensive backs.
And it's going to be a roughing the passer penalty. And it's going to be from the end of the run, too. So an additional 15 yards from the absolute bomb by Black. As you said, not his prettiest pass, but, I mean, one with a great adjustment by Willis. And that puts California deep into Kutztown territory.
And we've seen that all year with this Black and Willis connection, just trusting each other to make a play whenever you got to have it. We've seen Davis Black throw up a bunch of 50-50 balls that Willis is able to bring in, and Willis with great ball skills able to track it and get to where he needs to be, and Black looked to be really shaken up after that late hit.
Black still in the game. 1st and 10 from the 27 now. 2 receivers set to the far, none near. Boyd to his right. He's going to hand it to Boyd. Boyd cuts it up on the left side. Nice spin move to get maybe an extra yard or 2 on that run. And that's going to be a gain of about 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 23.
Bobby Boyd does a great job of getting into the hole, and then if he has to make a cut, making it upfield instead of trying to go east to west. He does a really good job of getting vertical on those cuts and juke moves.
2nd and 6 from the 23. 5:45 and counting in this third quarter. Kalechi split out to tight end. Now he's in motion. Snap to Black. It's going to be another handoff to Boyd. Trying that left side again. Gets maybe about another yard. It's going to be 3rd and 5 from the 22.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 from the 22.
3rd and 5 from the 22. Some receivers definitely subbing in. So definitely thinking there might be a pass play here as Kalechi comes out of the game at the moment. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Boyd on Black's left. Black stepping up, has to run for it. He's going to decide to take it himself, makes a move and able to get to the first down. Up to the 15-yard line. Davis Black, another nice run there on 3rd down to get the first.
Yeah, the interior of that offensive line just got pushed right back into the lap of Davis Black, but a hole opened up on the right side. And as an edge rusher on defense with mobile quarterbacks, you cannot get beyond the quarterback because that just opens up a lane for them to step up and get moving upfield. They're always taught to get even with the quarterback and then converge from there to try to limit the holes that open up. But great job by Black able to find it.
3 receivers set. Black is going to hand it to Boyd. Boyd trying the right side now. Able to push it for about 5 yards on the carry. Looks to about 4 yards. Going to be down to the 11. Boyd trying that right side where a lot of the talent and a lot of the best players on that offensive line are. So able to get 4 yards on that carry. 2nd and 6 from the 11.
Yeah, very experienced group over there with Nashawn Jackson and Sean Knight, both seniors, and the center also a senior, Jaheim Basham. That entire right side of that offensive line has played a lot of snaps here in college football.
Black is going to hand it to Boyd again. Boyd trying that right side again. Met in the backfield this time and for a loss of about 2. He got rocked on that play, and he is down, waving for the medical staff as Boyd is down on the field. Definitely not what you want to see for the Vulcans as they look at Boyd. He got hit hard during that run, met instantly in the backfield. As Coach Dunn makes his way over to check on his star running back.
Yeah, we just touched on that right side of that offensive line doing a really good job pretty much all season at moving defensive linemen a few yards downfield at times, but Kutztown ready for it, sent a run blitz right at that right side of the offensive line and had a whole gang of Golden Bears over there ready for Bobby Boyd, who got rocked.
As on the screen, you can see the PSAC schedule. Looks like East Stroudsburg at Clarion. Lock Haven. Can't see from where we are currently. I'm looking at the video board. As they're still checking on Bobby Boyd. On the schedule of games on the screen that I can see, it's East Stroudsburg and Clarion, Millersville and Edinboro. Looks like Seton Hill, and I believe Shepherd, Bloomsburg, and Slippery Rock, and Shippensburg and IUP. I want to say the one in the top right is Lock Haven and Gannon. They're still checking on Bobby Boyd. Coach Dunn is making his way back to the sideline. As you can see, Boyd getting up and jogging off the court under his own power, which is definitely something you like to see.
Yeah, we touched on it earlier. Bobby Boyd being a little banged up these last couple of weeks, and during the Slippery Rock game had an injury to, I believe, his left arm, and it looks like that's what they were attending to there.
There's one thing I know about Bobby Boyd. He may be one of the smaller running backs, but he still is as physical as they can be. As we're getting back underway here, 3rd and 9 from the 14. Three receivers set, 2 near, 1 far. It's Cameron in the backfield. Black looking, has to step up under pressure, rolling to his right, and gets run out of bounds, but a flag comes down late.
Davis Black steps out of bounds around the 18-yard line. There is a
Loss of 4, so it's going to be 4th and 13, depending on the flag.
Looks like it might be a hold.
Holding. Number 75 of the offense. That penalty will be declined. 4th down.
They're going to get Sean Knight on the holding there, but it's going to be declines 4th down, and that's going to send out Biko in the kicking unit to attempt about a
4th and 13 from the 18.
35-yarder.
Beat go to attempt the 3 points.
So Beat go to bring it within 4. Kick is up and no good. There is a flag down on the play, though. We will be looking at that. Look, side judge is signaling defense.
Looks like it could potentially be illegal formation on the defense. You cannot line up over the long snapper. That kick was wide right. It was a sloppy operation on the snap to the hold. Looked like a low snap. Rosensteel did all he could.
illegal substitution, 12 men on the field on the defense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So they're able to catch Kutztown lacking with 12 men on the field. That's going to bring it to about a 4th and 8, excuse me. So they're going to retry the 3 points. It's going to be a lot closer. It's going to be a 30-yarder this time. So again, Bico to bring it within 4. Better snap, better hold, kick is up. And still no good. We're going to keep it here. 2:25 on the clock. The score remains 14-7 in favor of the Golden Bears. I believe that kick this time was a little bit wide left. And you got to wonder how much this wind has been playing a factor. Even though it's subtle, it can still have an impact, especially here at Abington.
Yeah, Bico with now his 3rd miss on the season. That one coming from 30.
First and 10 Golden Bears.
And we saw it a few times, the defense able to bail out maybe a stalled drive or two from the offense for California. And here's where they need to step up again. Kind of got pushed back quite a bit on that last drive, and time to make a stand here.
Yeah, 1st down and 10 from the 20 for the Golden Bears. 1 receiver on each side. I believe that's Burkhart in the backfield for the Golden Bears. They're going to hand it to him. Burkhart up the middle. Gets maybe a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 19.
Quan Crowder with the stop. Into a yard. 2nd down and 9 from the 21.
And California tied for 7th in the conference so far this season with 14 turnovers caused. And Kutztown doesn't turn the ball over a whole lot, with Novak only having thrown 5 interceptions on the season. Very disciplined group. We've seen a lot of defenders try to punch the ball out, see if that's in play here.
Novak fires over the middle. Pass is caught wide open is Gibson. Gibson trying to make a move on Charney. Charney able to finally bring him down, but not before a massive gain. Up to about the 25-yard line.
Charney with the stop makes his way down to about the 28-yard line.
28-yard line, excuse me.
It looked like just blown coverage on the outside. The corner for California just sitting down in the flat and leaves Gibson wide open up the sideline, and Charney not able to get over in coverage in time, being the only safety back.
And California still rolling with that single high safety. 3 receivers on the near side. Novak decides to keep it himself, able to break 1 tackle, and it gets upfield for about 5 yards.
Makes his way to about the 24-yard line.
Even our PA guy was slow to see where the ball was spotted, but it's going to be 2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4. Some subs come in from California, some more bigger bodies, thinking they're going to go another run play again.
Yeah, and this is where Kutztown wants to be. They want to be in control of the game with the lead and just lean on this dynamic rushing attack.
2 receivers. Novak looking for Crisilla, fighting with him. Ball's well overthrown out of bounds. No chance, or at least there should have been no chance, and there is no chance for a PI call there. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, it looked like there could have even potentially been offensive pass interference there with Crisilla. Looked like he got a fistful of jersey, yanking down the corner in coverage.
Yeah, I think a good no call was there made by the refs. Ball was well overthrown out of bounds. No way of being able to catch that football, so good call of letting them just play out. 3 receivers set now. Gibson and Crisilla on the near side. Soda, their tight end, on the far. Burkhart to the left of Novak. He's going to hand to Burkhart. Burkhart tries the right side, able to break free. Met in the secondary and take it down at the 25-yard line.
for a first down, and that's the end of
Believe that was going to be taken down by Hillard.
Kutztown Golden Bears 14.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Score 14-7 still for California. We're going to keep it here. Still, Kutztown still relying on that run game, and still it's proving to be still a viable option for this game so far.
Yeah, the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been able to really have their way on the ground with both running backs, and then obviously sprinkling in Novak, especially early in the game, using his legs, but not so much as of late because they haven't needed to turn to their quarterback to rush the football. But this big group up front for Kutztown really starting to flex their muscles and starting to wear down this California defense. Seems like on the early downs, Cal does a good job of holding strong up front, but then you get to these third downs, and what feels like third down and long, it severely shortens the distance whenever you can get yards on the ground at 6+ yards a pop.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15 here for Kutztown. 3 receivers set on the near side.
1st and 10 from the 15.
Novak, empty backfield look. It's one of the first times this game. Novak drops back. Under pressure, immediately has to just flip it away to avoid the sack. That's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 15.
Yeah, we've seen California do a great job of getting after Novak and getting him off his spot and not allowing him to throw much from inside the pocket. Early in the game, it was a lot of quick throws, a lot of getting it out of his hand quick, and there wasn't really a chance for a pass rush. But as the game has gone on, we've started to see a little bit of the deeper routes start to develop for Kutztown, and this California front has to keep doing a good job of building a house in that Kutztown backfield.
Yeah, Josh Miller was on the rush there that forced Novak out of bounds, was trying to get a holding, but nothing was called as the handoff is to Burkhart. Burkhart able to cut up the right side, lowers the boom, able to force his way for about a 1st down. Nice angry run there by Burkhart.
The tight end Tyreek Husser in motion ends up being the lead blocker for Burkhart, and as we mentioned, Burkhart a little bit more physical than Stewart. Not saying that Stewart's not physical because he has lowered the shoulder quite a few times in this one, but Burkhart slightly bigger back, and lot more heavy hitting going on late in this game.
2 receivers set. Gibson on the near side, Soda on the far. Some motion here. They're going to hand off to Burkhart. Burkhart pushes it up the middle, fighting his way down to about the 2-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 3, or from the 2, excuse me.
Miller on the stop. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Some subs come out for California. 1 receiver on the near side. It's Jordan Mitchell on the near side for the Golden Bears. The handoff is to Burkhart. Burkhart tries the right side and able to force his way in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Golden Bears.
Steven Burkhart on the run. It's been all him this drive, mainly, and able to punch it in for the Golden Bears touchdown.
Yeah, you just had that feeling as this game has gone on. This offensive line for Kutztown has done a phenomenal job of really settling into this game and firing off the ball and getting a really good push up front, really making the life for these running backs very, very easy.
Campbell to attempt the extra point to make it a 2-possession game. I mean, it is already one, but bring it up to 21. Kick is up, and it's good. The score 21-7 in favor of the Golden Bears. We're going to take a break. You're listening to CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adamson Stadium. The score, 21-7, after Steven Burkhardt's angry touchdown run there. As we get underway, Nate Millard kicking it off, fielded by Williams at about the 10. Williams brings it up the field, able to make a nice cut up the field to about the 26, 28-yard line, but there is a flag down on the play. Okay, I can't really tell what I'm looking at. I said 26, it's really the 32. But there is a flag down. Both flags are in roughly the same spot at about the 31. So this could go either way. And it's going to be a holding on the Golden Bears. So it's going to march him back 10 yards from, or march California up 10 yards. Or no, excuse me, it's going to march California back. I don't know what I'm talking about right now.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. It's cold.
It's cold. It's cold. It's windy. Everything's working against us. It's fine. 1st and 10 from the 21 for California. We got a little bit of a bunch formation on the other side for the receivers.
Coach Dunn looking for a bit of an explanation. Trying to get maybe the right personnel on the field. But, yeah, we touched on it earlier a little bit, but this defensive back group from Kutztown has done a phenomenal job of just giving Davis Black nowhere to go with the football pretty much all day long.
Kalechi, man in motion. Black looking to pass. Under pressure, has to get rid of it, but is going to be dropped in the backfield. That's big number 95, Freddie Redder, the PSAC Scholar Award winner. He led this team with 6.5 sacks coming into this game, and he gets another one there.
Yeah, Redder's been a force all season long, just living in opponents' backfields, and does a great job just beating Sean Knight off the block and able to give Davis Black nowhere to go. We touched on it last drive. Just get even with the quarterback and give him nowhere to go.
It's going to be a loss of 11. It's now 2nd and 21. Handoff is to Boyd. Boyd met instantly in the backfield. It's going to be yet another loss. Again, Redder in the backfield. As you said, he practically lives back there. It's going to be 3rd down and a country mile for the California Vulcans.
Yeah, at this point, you can really just feel the momentum shift in this one. Kutztown just flying all around the field on both sides of the football. And California just looking to stop the bleeding, looking for some sort of answers here backed up deep in their own territory.
3 receivers set. Black looking, has to step up, able to avoid the pressure once, being chased by Redder and just has to get out of bounds, but he's hit late, no flag. No flag is thrown. Black trying to argue for one, but doesn't get it. It's going to be 4th and 23.
Knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, once again, great coverage on the back end and a good push up front from the defensive line, and it looks like he was in bounds when that hit was applied. But Davis Black, just not a whole lot of options, really. I mean, he's doing everything he can to extend plays and survey the defense, but there's just nothing to be given, and we knew that coming into this one that this defense was going to be tough.
Rosensteel to punt. Crisilla back at about the 50 to receive it. Nice line drive punt, fielded at about the 41 by Crisilla. Crisilla makes a man miss up to about the 39 before it's blown dead.
First and 10 Golden Bears from the 42.
One ref said 39, the other said 42, and it's going to be the 42.
Yeah, for California here, this is a absolute gotta have it possession defensively. If you want to have any sort of chance to come back in this game, you know points are at a premium. You got to be able to have a quick get the defense off the field type of drive. And for Kutztown, you don't change a thing. You just did whatever you wanted to on that last drive, just running the football, able to dictate the pace and play your own style of football. And they don't need to do anything different.
As you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Handoff is to Stewart. Initially able to get away, but brought down for a loss of about 2 on that play.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Naquan Crowder, first one through.
Brought down by Ho.
He's had a good game so far today, getting into the backfield on a couple of occasions. But this is where, if you're California, you need to stack positive plays on top of each other. It seems like any positive play that they've had these last couple drives, Kutztown has had the answer on the next play or the next 2 plays.
4 receiver set here for Kutztown. 2 on each side. Man in motion is Stewart. Stewart's going to get screen pass. Stewart has plenty of room to run, able to make his way down to about the 27. About the 28-yard line. It's going to be first and 10 from the 28.
Yeah, the California sideline exclaiming about potentially 2 holds on those 2 lead blocks downfield for Kutztown. No foul called, and
no foul.
Again, for Kutztown, just keep doing what's gotten you to this point. You don't need to try to do anything creative or try to get too cute and accidentally let California back in this football game.
Zabo on the near side. Gibson on the far. They're looking for the tight end, out of bounds.
Pass is incomplete.
Murray in coverage. That's going to fall incomplete. It's going to be second down and 10 from the 28.
Second and 10.
Yeah, good pressure there from Caraballo back in the game. He's been in and out so far in this second half. He did a great job of applying a speed rush there on the left tackle. Andrew Stackhouse able to kind of throw off Novak there a little bit.
As the ref interrupts things here for a little bit. Not sure what the stopping was about. O-line talking to the ref. As they get set back up here again. Stewart on Novak's left. Priscilla, Gibson, and Zabo on the far side. Now they switch spots. Stewart on the right. Handoff is to Stewart. Stewart cuts it up. Met instantly by who else? Naquan Crowder. Tackled at about the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 28.
Yeah, Grant Hopple came in low there as Crowder took up top and just drove Stewart into the ground.
3rd and 10 now from the 28. Vulcans looking to just try and get off the field to give their offense back the ball with a little less than 9 minutes remaining. Kutztown's just going to try and send it, or just try and milk as much clock as they possibly can just to get this game over and done with. 4 receivers set, 1 on the near, 3 on the far, and the play is going to be blown dead.
Maybe a delay game on Kutztown. Took too much time off the clock.
Novak is not happy, but it happens.
Number 3, the offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So that'll march him backwards, and it's going to be 3rd and 15 now from the 33-yard line.
Yeah, if it feels like there's been a lot more delay of game penalties than usually you see in a football game, that's because this back judge here today has been very quick with that flag, and typically the referees will give you an extra beat once the clock strikes 0 on the play clock, but today it's been as soon as it hits 0, that flag is out.
3 on the far side, 1 near. Novak drops back, looking under pressure, immediately tackled for a major loss. That's who else? Armani Carabello came off earlier in the game with an injury, but is back in and made the biggest play of the game for the Vulcans. Such a massive loss there. It's going to be 3rd and 32 from the 50. 4th and 32 from the 50.
Yeah, huge play from Caraballo there, knocking Kutztown for sure out of field goal range. They were kind of knocking on the door of it, but no question here, going to have to punt it away, and potentially good field position here coming up.
As Millard on the punt. Williams back deep to receive it. Sides to field it himself, able to break 1 tackle, but eventually brought down at about the 14-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 14 with 7:44 left in this quarter. There is a flag on the play.
It was a great job by Austin Lehman in pursuit for this coverage unit of Kutztown, because once Williams shook that first tackle, there was nobody else there. So if he got around Lehman, he had a lot of open real estate to work with. So great job there by Austin Lehman, the linebacker, able to make a huge open field tackle.
That flag is down at about the 48-yard line, so it was in the, not necessarily the backfield or the secondary. It's going to be a holding on the kicking team. And it's going to bring the ball out to the 24-yard line now for California. So definitely things seeming to shift in favor of the Vulcans. Still 7 minutes and 44 seconds, down by 2 scores in this final quarter. California still all 3 timeouts. So definitely want to be methodical on this drive. Not necessarily be quick, but not be slow. Definitely methodical, but still get those points that you so desperately need.
Yeah, here's where California has to seize that potential momentum shift.
Black, under pressure, has to step up in the pocket, decides to keep it himself. Able to get about 5, maybe 6 yards, maybe even 7. Up to the 32. It's going to be a gain of 8, so it's going to be 2nd and 2. The run and hurry up here. Black snaps, hand off to McCann. McCann met instantly in the backfield. About the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play. Okay, maybe he gained a yard, so 3rd and 1 from the 33 now.
Yeah, we've seen all season long California's offense able to be very explosive, but this is a very different animal that they're dealing with here today in this Kutztown defense. There's playmakers at every level able to get the job done whenever they need it. Huge 3rd and 1 coming up in this football game.
3rd and 1 here for the Vulcans. Black under center. Clutchy in motion. I think we know what's coming up here as California fans. Black on the quarterback keeper, gets about the 1st down and a little bit more. Kutztown fighting, but it's good enough for Vulcan's 1st down. Those 3rd, 4th, and short situations, if you see Black under center, I think you know what's coming.
And that's why their 4th down percentage is so high, because of that play right there.
Run and hurry up here. Black looking, fires, pass caught by Hopkins. Excuse me, not Hopkins. DeMonte Martin. DeMont Martin, excuse me. And it's about a gain of 7. So it's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 42.
Here's where Black needs to be very decisive, very quick with his decision-making. Get rid of the football on time.
That pass is caught there by Willis. Nice adjustment and a good catch there by Willis, and able to get it upfield for a few extra yards. Good for Vulcan's 1st down. Good job also getting out of bounds to stop the clock as the clock continues to run now, as I say that. Vulcan's running a little bit more hurry up here. Handoff is to McCann. McCann able to take his time, slips a little bit, but cuts it upfield for about 5 yards, maybe 6.
Man, if he didn't slip there, he had a lot of green grass in front of him ahead on that left side. Great vision to see it, but unable to keep his footing.
4 receiver set. Black, plenty of time, looks deep down the field, wants Willis. Overthrown there, looked like another miscommunication. I think Black was expecting a go route by Willis, but Willis kind of sat down halfway through the route. It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to be third and 4 from the 47. As Junior McConaughey checks in for Jack Kalechi. Junior, they're more blocking style tight end, but definitely no stranger to catching passes either. 4 receiver set again, 2 on either side. Black in the gun, looking, has plenty of time, fires, pass caught for Hopkins. Hopkins able to get enough for the first down.
Yeah, Black doing a great job of this drive, just trusting his eyes and trusting his first read to get rid of the football on time. We've seen him hold on to the football a little bit too long in this game.
Running and hurry up here again. Black under pressure, looking, directing traffic, but just decides to take off and run. Gets a nice chunk of yards, and it's good for a first down. Falcons doing an excellent job of moving the football here in these final minutes, but the clock continues to wind.
First and 10 from the 26.
First and 10 from the 26, running a bit more hurry up here. As a timeout is called.
Timeout. Kutztown.
Timeout's called by Kutztown, trying to just take away the momentum from California here as they've been just driving the field with what seemed to be no stopping until the timeout was called.
Yeah, again, finally some separation on the back end from these receivers, and the offensive line doing a better job of holding up until that last play where Black had to scramble for it. But the offensive line doing a better job of just giving Davis Black enough time. You don't have to give him all day, but you just have to give him enough time to find his open target, which there haven't been a lot of today, and credit to Kutztown's stout defense.
As they talk things over here in the huddle, definitely just trying to keep that momentum going, even though there was a timeout called by Kutztown to just try and stop it. But 4:40 remaining on this game. California down 2 scores. Looking at knocking on the door of potentially another one to bring it within 1. 3 receivers set, 2 near, 2 far, 1 near. McCann on Black's left. Black in the gun. Kutztown showing 3-man rush. They bring it. Black looking, nowhere to go, fires it. Pass caught by Johnson, and that's good for a first down.
Hey, great job by Black, staying in the pocket, trusting his offensive line that once it breaks down to scramble out to his right, and a great focused catch by Johnson diving to the ground.
Falcons wasting no time trying to find something. Black pressured, rolling to his right, trying to find somebody. Just has to flip it out of bounds.
Pass is incomplete.
Everyone was covered.
Yeah, Kalechi was standing about a yard into the end zone with his arms up saying, I got him boxed out. Trust me to haul this one in. But that's just a dangerous pass, especially in this situation of the ball game, because one great adjustment by the safety and coverage, and that's going the other way.
Yeah.
And this game is almost wholeheartedly over.
Yep. 4 receivers set, 3 to the far, 1 to the near. McCann on the right side. Black under pressure, just has to take it, but met instantly in the backfield. And he's going to be dropped for a sack.
It looked like a quarterback draw there, and Kutztown just absolutely blew it up, gave him nowhere to run. And then with it being a designed run, no receivers are going out into their routes, and Black was stuck in no man's land in the backfield.
It looked like Wilson and Davis on the stop there for the sack. 3rd and 15 from the 15. 3rd and goal from the 15. 3 minutes and less than 30 now. Black Has to take it. Gets met instantly and dropped yet again. This Kutztown defense able to just get through and get to Black.
Yeah, and credit this back end. It hasn't been.
Timeout. Cal, their first timeout.
As Cal calls a timeout, it will be their first of this half. 3:21 remaining, down by 2 scores. It's now 4th and what feels like forever. 4th and 21 from the 21. You got to wonder if, I mean, I know I wouldn't, but you got to wonder if Coach Dunn even has the thought of potentially going for it.
Fans who enter the field of play may threaten the health and safety of others and will be subject to ejection and possible legal action.
With the way that Kutztown has controlled the ball here, it feels like you almost have to because, I mean, now that Cal has burned their first timeout, you have essentially 3 timeouts left in your pocket with the 2-minute warning, and it's still a 14-point game, and a field goal essentially does much of nothing with it still being a 2-possession game. So it's almost a no-brainer here. You have to go for it.
As the offense goes back out onto the field.
But as I was saying earlier, you got to give a lot of credit to this back end. These Cal receivers are very good at finding open space, very dynamic, with a whole lot of speed across the board. And they have just given this front 7 all the time in the world to get after Davis Black.
3 receivers set to the far, 1 to the near. Potentially looking like the final play of this game. Black over the middle, pass caught, but it's still not going to really matter as it's caught by Martin. But it's going to be change of possession because first down was a touchdown. So it's going to be Kutztown Golden Bear ball from the 5, or from the 10, maybe 5, 10. Umpire's taking his good old time spotting it. I think it was about from the 5. Yeah, about the 5-yard line. And with the way the run game's been going, this game seems all but over.
Yeah, it certainly seems bleak at best for California at this point, but it is still not over with there being a little bit over 3 minutes left and 2-possession game, certainly 2-touchdown game to be more specific, certainly makes it a lot more difficult for the California Vulcans.
Handoff is to Burkhart, I believe. Burkhart met almost instantly, gain of about 1.
Crowder on a stop.
Timeout. Cal, their
And that's going to
second
be
timeout.
Cal's second timeout as Coach Dunn is trying to save as much clock as he possibly can. Give his players a little bit of just of a breath. It's going to be 2nd and 8. So they said that Burkhart got about 2 yards on that run.
Yeah, so if California can hold them here to a 3-and-out and a punt, you're looking at potentially around 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the start of their next offensive drive. And with where, Kutztown would be punting from, that would be really good field position. So you got to like your chances with the explosive nature of your offense and where you're starting with the football. And then, of course, if they do end up scoring, it would have to be an onside kick situation, which we know how rare those are to recover these days.
Yeah. Play clock winding down. Handoff is to Burkhart. Burkhart trying that right side. Gets stood up there. A little bit of some stuff there. Everybody wanting a flag, but nothing is there as Ryan Chernecki throwing a player to the ground, but nothing's called. Crowd audibly unhappy.
Yeah, the play was still technically active, so I'm assuming that is why there was no flag thrown there, but potentially a little bit of a sell job there from I couldn't see the number, but one member of the California defense trying to draw a penalty here late.
Yeah. So Cal calls their final timeout. As they talk things over here. I mean, it's 3rd and 5 from the 7. Kutztown looking to add to their already perfect season. Kutztown looking to go 11-0. California staring down potentially the snap of their 8-game win streak. As the handoff is to Stewart, I believe. No, Burkhart still. And he's going to get maybe to the line of scrimmage again.
And that's a good job by California defensively. It can feel easy to, at this point in the game, not over by any stretch of the imagination. We've seen much crazier things happen.
It's true.
In college football. But great job by flexing your muscles there and not allowing Kutztown to pick up a essentially game-clinching first down.
Yeah. Willis and Williams out to receive the punt from Hilliard. Or Millard, excuse me, not Hilliard. Hilliard's on our team. And they're going to let the play clock run all the way down and call a timeout.
Timeout. Kutztown.
So that's Kutztown's second timeout of the half. So Kutztown only with one timeout left. California with none. 2:13 remaining on the game. California down 7-21. As you said, looks bleak at the moment, but then again, we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. I mean, we had that crazy a few weeks ago. We had the California came back to tie the game in overtime against IUP, and then turned around and won in the Coal Bowl. So, as you said, it's not over yet. It does look bleak, but we've seen crazier things happen. Right now, California getting ready for the punt. Miller to punt it away from his own end zone. Willis at about the 41. Williams at about the 48. The punt is away. It's going to be caught by Williams. Williams able to cut it upfield, gaining excellent field position. Williams nearly able to get his way to the touchdown, but there is a flag down at about where Williams went out of bounds. Kutztown is pointing towards California.
And this is where it could be that tricky area where the flag was thrown. It could be thrown on Kutztown on the snap, or it could have been thrown on the return in that area, since the ball ended up going back into that area. So this one's going to be tough to predict.
You said it could be something like a false start, or it could be something, well, not. And it looks like it's going to be on Cal.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 68 of the kicking team.
Oh, it's going to be on the kicking team, excuse me.
Be assessed half the distance.
And it's going to be half the distance to the goal, as California lines up with excellent field position here, potentially to put a touchdown in before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and that's the important thing to note. The 2-minute warning hasn't gone off yet, so it's not crucial for California to feel like they have to get out of bounds or get it in the end zone right away, because they do have an extra timeout essentially.
First and goal from the 9. 3 receivers set far, 1 near. Black trying to talk to his O-line. McCann on his right. Play clock winding. Black looking, fires for Hopkins. Met instantly down at the 2-yard line. And that's going to bring up the 2-minute warning. It was a nice strong catch by Amari Hopkins. But what a hit there.
It'll be second and goal from the 2.
I didn't quite see who made the hit.
Yeah, it looked to be C.J. Brown coming up from his safety position. The pass was thrown high, so Hopkins had to go up and get it, and he's been a huge target down in the red zone for Black with 5 touchdowns on the season, second on the team. Whenever he extended upward to go get that ball and reel it in, looked like Brown just drove on the football and does a great job of playing the body and not allowing him to fall into that end zone.
Second down and goal from the 2. 1:58 left in the game. California still down 2 scores. Line up here looking like it's going to be a run play.
And this is where that 2-minute warning being in effect helps out California. They can open up the whole playbook. They don't have to throw it.
He's going to fake it to McCann. Black looking, deciding to take it himself, lunges for the touchdown. Davis Black. What a run. Putting his body on the line for the touchdown.
That is quite the play from Davis Black, 6'5", 230, elevating over the defenders to get into the end zone. They were assuming he would go low to try to dive at the pylon. He just went over everybody.
Bika to attempt the extra point to bring it within 7. The kick is up, and it's good. The score, 21-14, Kutztown. We're going to take a break. You're listening to CTV, CTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Amundsen Stadium. Davis Black elevating, extending the play, putting his body on the line for the score to bring it within 1. California almost has to attempt an onside kick here to get the ball back, because if you don't, then this game is pretty much over. If you don't know the rules of an onside kick, has to go 10 yards or touch defender before California can pick it up. And it's going to go and recovered by Kutztown. It's going to be Kutztown ball. And that will pretty much do it. Recovered at the 44.
That will do it. All Kutztown has to do at this point is take a couple knees and they can call themselves PSAC champions.
Yeah, that'll be their 4th championship, including co-champions. That'll be Kutztown's 4th, and they'll have won the rematch from 2016. As I said before, in 2016, these two met each other in the PSAC championship. California winning 49-7, so a nice decisive victory for California those years ago. But this time, it's quite the opposite. Kutztown winning 21-7 as they line up at victory formation.
And even last year, California and Kutztown faced off in the regular season, and California was able to come out on top in that one as well. So a nice get-back win here for Kutztown. And they are as advertised as you saw today. Coming into the game, if you just looked at the stats and kind of looked at the film, nobody really was in charge of carrying a torch on this offense or defense, really. It's a real solid group effort all around on this team. And today, Jaden Stewart really just took the game into his own hands. And, Stephen Burkhart had a phenomenal second half as well to really put Kutztown in control of this game. And really when they needed it most, their offensive line stepped up in a massive, massive way. But if you're California, nothing to really be ashamed of here. It was a really hard-fought effort. We knew it was going to be physical. We knew it was going to be taxing and kind of an uphill battle all day long. But they really did a great job of fighting until the end and have had a remarkable season and really just at times couldn't get out of their own way. And that was the difference in this one. Had a couple opportunities to put some points up on the board and then ended up going backwards at times. So can be a heartbreaker in that aspect, but a really solid effort all around on both sides and a really good game as advertised today.
Yeah, for sure. As you said, definitely not one for California to hang your head low. I mean, yeah, you did. They did fall in this game, but both of California's losses have come to the top two teams in the region. Week 1 against Charleston, and now here the championship against Kutztown. So still in the Division II playoffs, still in contention still in playoff spot, still potentially, depending on how things go and how the decision show goes, potentially could host next week here at Amundsen Stadium. We're going to hang out here for the trophy presentation. But as you said, game as advertised, physical, hard-fought. California did almost everything in their power that they could for this game. I mean, brought it within one score within the final 2 minutes. And now you can go in the locker room, you can reassess things, get ready for next week because, regardless, there will be a game next week.
Yeah, and something to note for California, they did a nice job of playing both losses very, very close. One-score games in both of those to, as you said, two of the top teams in the region and both in the top 10 in the country in Division II football. They've gone against some of the best teams in the country and really have shown to be themselves a great football team as well. But just on the losing end today.
Yeah, as you may have seen on the screen, maybe not, Kutztown dousing their coach in the Gatorade bucket as you normally would with any big win. Kutztown continuing their run of excellence at now 11-0. California falling, unfortunately, to 8-2. But as we said, and we can't stress enough, both of those losses came against the top two teams in the region and within one score or one possession games. So definitely this team is really, really good, but unfortunately just come up short in those really, really big games.
And as we mentioned, the first half statistic from Kutztown outscoring their opponents by such a wide margin. And California had, as we said, numerous opportunities to end up without a goose egg in that first half and kind of seized momentum going into the second half. Had a great drive coming out of the locker room. And Kutztown did a great job of just not blinking and not panicking. They haven't been in a lot of close games this season, but they did a great job of responding to that opening drive out of the second half from California by responding with one of their own. And Jaden Stewart finished the day with 14 carries for 115 yards and a touchdown, his longest being that 41-yarder on the third and short, averaging just a hair over 8.2, or just a hair over 8 yards a carry at 8.2. And he played his tail off today and had a phenomenal game. Judd Novak, 11 of 17 for 149 yards and a touchdown.
Let us first recognize today's 2024 PSAC
and Stephen Burkhart with 13 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown as well. And we kind of assumed that coming into the game. We knew this was going to be a run-heavy offense, and Novak was just going to manufacture and kind of manage the game and keep the defense on their heels. But California, as the West Division champions, going undefeated in conference play, and Kutztown comes out on top in this championship game.
As Stewart is named MVP for the game. 14 carries, over 100 yards and a touchdown. And as commissioner is about to present, as the PSAC commissioner presents the PSAC championship trophy to the Kutztown Golden Bears. Hard-fought game on both ends. Congratulations to the Golden Bears. My name is Hunter Garman. Joined with me today was Adam Crawford. We thank you so much for tuning in. You were listening to CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you